Hello, and good afternoon. Welcome to just outside the Kruger National Park, a place called Pafuri River Camp, where I have arrived safely on the Benda Mutali River, or the Mutali River. Beautiful afternoon. Driving all the way from George yesterday morning, good afternoon, and then from Johannesburg today has been interesting. Lots of lessons have been learned along the way. Definitely a sign of growth, sign of patience, diligence. The spoken word is very, very evident. Normally, the old me driving gets a bit frustrated, gets a bit irritated with other people on the road. And yesterday I was in such a alignment with myself, such clear sort of understanding of who I am right now and who I want to be, that I just flowed. There was no aggression, there was no angst. If someone needed to pass me, I just moved out the way, blessed them along the way. No words even came to my mind about negativity towards that individual person. And I knew that. I knew that before. I knew that your word must be impeccable. And even if you don't say something about someone and you think about them, that affects you. That affects you and you're judged immediately. In saying that, for example, that person overtakes you and you curse them and you call them whatever name, you might not even say it out loud. You might say it out loud, which just activates it even stronger. And the next thing, things just slow you down and you get more irritated and more irritated. And the next thing, you're pulling your hair out and you are vocally shouting and showing your fist to absolutely every gentle soul who's driving past, and all you're doing is affecting their day further, and they affect the next person. But by just going in flow with it and just in peace and harmony, the trucks just move out the way. There's a truck, I need to slow down. Acceptance of the truck being in my way. Beautiful acceptance. Next thing, the truck just veers off and around we go. No craziness, careful driving, maintained awareness, maintained presence, maintained my breathing and my awareness of my body the whole drive. Close to 11-hour drive. It was very powerful. I arrived in Johannesburg. Just before entering Johannesburg, I sort of breathed in a bit and breathed in, and I put a little bit of bubble of energy around myself to say that this place is not going to steal my energy, it's not going to deflate me. And I flowed through Johannesburg Friday afternoon traffic with no incident. Slowed down my 2 traffic lights, or what we call in South Africa robots, before meeting my destination without any incident. The old me would have done the same drive. I would have been frustrated along the way, would have been dying to get to Johannesburg to have a beer, because I used to drink. It's 6 months now sober, if I haven't mentioned that, just over 6 months. Feeling really strong about that, but the old me would want to get there, and the anxiety that would pull through in one's being, in one's body, the need to get somewhere, the need to be somewhere else. You can see the baobab over there. The need to be somewhere else leads to unawareness and unpresence, and it leads to manifestation of negative vibes. And that's manifested in all the people around us that just are pulled into that sphere and are there to push us and pull us and to press our buttons so we get angrier and angrier. But we know this. But we need to experience it for ourselves before we truly know it. Now, my drive today, after spending the evening with my uncle, was uneventful once again. I gave love to people. Anyone who needed to bypass me, I would allow them to pass with love and compassion. Every toll booth, I gave a lot of love and compassion to the person and made them feel really special about the day. And I know that positive energy that is transferred to them is then transferred to the next person, and slowly, incrementally, just being nice, everybody. It's not a hard thing to do. Being within your body and being nice and saying impeccable things to people when you see them. Recognition of this person's job to sit in a booth all day. Can you imagine sitting in a booth all day, taking people's coins and swiping their cards, and these people just driving up, being all grumpy and hating life, dealing with that all day? Much respect. Much respect. I couldn't do that. I need to live and work out here to keep my mind at peace. So much respect to those soldiers who persevere in those roles and those jobs that would irk many of us. So we need to hold space for them and honor them in that decision that they've made. So here I am in Pafuri River Camp, just outside Pafuri Gate. I'm probably half an hour, maybe less, to Pafuri Camp to return Africa, where I've got 6 guests arriving on a private trail tomorrow out of Pafuri Trails Camp. My first Pafuri Trails camp since 2014. So I don't think the area has changed geographically too much. There's still some very secret little gems and little hidden spots. But I'm very excited to be guiding and taking my guests, Marion Achenbach and her family and friends through the magical Pafuri. So do check it out. I will be trying to do some posts with regards to that, but there's no signal up here and no Wi-Fi. What are we going to do? It's fine. If my videos come through late, they come through late, and we'll check in when we check in. But I find myself at this beautiful camp, which I'm going to quickly walk you up through. But before we do, look at what's growing here in abundance. Right here. Dwarf sage. My favorite plant. I'll be back. Let's go up and have a look at the river first of all. Have a look at this quaint little house that I have under the sycamore figs. Under the sycamore figs, little wooden cabin on stilts. I'm about to get my fire going. About to enjoy a nice relaxing evening. The objective was to get to the north here in time to enjoy this, to rest and relax under these giant trees. That's a sausage tree. Hey, Kigleria africana, beautiful. So to rest and to just take some time to decompress from a long journey, and well, the journey has been made. The journey has been successful. Now I'm safely here in just outside the Greater Kruger. So thank you all for watching my check-ins. Do really appreciate the comments and feedbacks. And just to add to that, my leaving of the garden route was not a difficult one. It was easy because I know I'm going back in September. So I'm going to be doing trails pretty much with a few prior stints in between until September. And then I'm going to find myself down the garden route for the spring equinox, where I'll be delving further into my desire to find land and property. I didn't really get that much time to really put the feelers out, but the seed has been planted and the right land will come to me. We'll just have to get all the finances together for that, but I'm sure what will be will be. I'm quite excited about the process of living off the land, developing potentially a training facility, a permaculture facility, a earthworm business, growing food, training locals, indigenous nursery. So many avenues that can be explored on one's land, and possibly even doing some more research, getting back into the research element of medicinal plants and the like. Watch this space. Lots of thoughts. I'm not going to be checking in as often as I'd like the next 5 days, due to signal or Wi-Fi, but you will hear from me, and I look forward to hearing from all of you. So have a blessed day when this does find you. Lots of love.